Let's talk budget phones.
There's been a trend of them getting gradually better in recent years, and the Oukitel C38 is a case in point. In this video we're gonna put Oukitel C38 through its paces. Daily tasks, design, real-world use, camera chops, gaming power, battery life, the whole shebang. Can this budget phone keep up, or will it join the e-waste pile? Stick around for the verdict. Before we dive into the phone itself, let's see what Oukitel throws in the box. First up, the phone, already rocking a protective case. Major points for that. Not all companies do this, and finding a good case later can be a real hassle. Moving on, we've got the usual suspects: SIM ejector, some manuals and warranty stuff, a standard USB-C charging cable, and the 18-watt fast charger. It may vary by country, but you'll get what you need. Seems like Oukitel covered the essentials here. Alright, enough box talk. Let's get this phone out and see what it's all about. First impression? It reminds me a bit of Ulefone Note 17 Pro with that camera layout, so it looks kind of funky but minimal. Oukitel went for clean lines that look good and feel functional. Surprisingly, the back seems like a fingerprint magnet, but it's actually not the worst. Although, after 2 weeks without a case, I did notice some accumulated fingerprints and smudges. The included case will help with that, but be warned, as with most cases, this one will attract fingerprints too, and might even turn a shade of yellow over time. Regardless, this thing is light and thin, a major improvement over the predecessor, the C33. Big ups for comfort. Surprisingly light and thin at just 210 grams and 8.8mm thin, the phone feels super comfy to hold and carry around. We've got a flat frame with rounded edges, standard layout, power button with fingerprint sensor and volume rocker on the right, SIM tray and microSD slot on the left. Moving on, the bottom has a single speaker, USB-C port and mic. Big bummer, there's no headphone jack here. Wired headphones are still a thing, Oukitel. The C38 comes in black, white and green, so no crazy surprises here. As for durability, it's splash-proof but not pool-proof. Dust-resistant though, which gives me confidence for daily use. We've got a big 6.6-incher with a sharp Full HD Plus resolution, a big step up from the C33. Standard 60Hz refresh rate, but the colors are decent and the brightness is good, even outdoors. Plus, it's got adaptive brightness, which is a nice touch. Overall, a solid display for everyday tasks like social media, browsing and watching YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, here's the fun fact: this phone can actually stream videos in 4K, even though the display itself is only Full HD+. Now, you won't get the full 4K experience, but you can zoom in to fill in the screen, and the quality, although the image might be slightly cropped, is still surprisingly good. Bonus points for the Oukitel. Despite being in the same price range as the Motorola Moto G Play I reviewed recently, its display quality is better and offers this unexpected YouTube trick. Plus, the phone comes with a pre-applied screen protector, a thoughtful touch that saves you a trip to the store. As for the speaker, yeah, just a single speaker down there on the bottom, so the same setup as the Redmi A3 I reviewed not long ago. Sound quality, it's acceptable for calls, but let's be real, for music or videos, this thing is a bit insufficient. Don't get me wrong, at this price point, it's not unexpected, but trust me, you'll be reaching for your Bluetooth headphones faster than you can say "Tiny audio." The C38 boasts a triple lens rear camera system, a 48 megapixels main sensor, a 1.9 megapixels macro sensor and a 2 megapixels depth sensor, so let's put it to the test. We took it to Liverpool's Albert Docks for a real-world test. Photos are okay, but compared to the iPhone's 15 Pro, not exactly a rival, I know. The difference is stark. The C38 struggles with contrast despite HDR. Here's a fairer comparison: the Motorola Moto G Play. Again, the C38 falls short. It delivers dull colors, bleeding details and a narrower dynamic range, despite being in the same price bracket. Disappointing. As for the zoom, don't push it. Sadly, the C38 lacks a telephoto lens, relying solely on digital zoom. Quality suffers the more you zoom, so stick to 2 to 3 times or less. The phone's macro lens surpasses all the budget phones I've tested, but it's still a niche feature. Honestly, I would prefer a telephoto or even a wide lens for greater versatility. Now let's check the video. Video recording is capped at 1080p and 30fps, standard for this price range. However, the lack of image stabilization makes footage shaky. This phone won't capture those precious vacation memories. I expected better from a budget phone in 2024. And again, comparison with the other phones, Motorola Moto G and Google Pixel 8. The 32 megapixel selfie camera is average at best. Colors are dull, details get lost easily, and the beautification modes with a fake bokeh just don't cut it. It will work in a pinch for selfies and video calls, but honestly, this is one of the weakest selfie cameras I've come across lately. The C38 runs a clean, customizable, near-stock Android 13 experience with some Oukitel tweaks. However, it misses the latest Android 14, and Oukitel's update policy raises a red flag. 2 years is standard, but silence on major updates is concerning. The MediaTek MT8788 keeps things ticking under the hood. It's a budget-friendly processor similar to the older Helio P70. Don't expect blazing speed, but it should handle everyday tasks just fine. Now, a bit of a bummer in 2024, there's no NFC for contactless payments, plus with the 4G LTE processor, 5G is out of the picture. On the bright side, face recognition is smooth and fast, and the fingerprint reader, as mentioned earlier, is a nice touch. The 8 gigs of RAM is generous for a 2024 budget phone. There's a virtual RAM expansion option, but be cautious, it can slow things down. Thankfully, 8 gigs should handle multitasking smoothly. Storage won't be a concern. 128 gigs is expandable via microSD card up to a whopping 1TB. Benchmark scores tells a decent story. The C38 scores 327 single-core and 1462 multi-core on Geekbench, edging out its predecessor, the C33, and landing in the same performance range as the recently reviewed Redmi A3 and Moto G Play. Antutu backed this up with a score of 243,000 points, a significant jump from the C33. In the real-world use, it translates to a smooth experience flipping through the websites and social media, but can it handle games? Let's find out. The phone can definitely handle lighter titles. I took it for a spin with the Asphalt 9 Legends on default graphics. Slight frame drops, but no biggie. Gameplay was smooth, even if I did accidentally block the speaker, whoops. Overall, enjoyable for casual play. Call of Duty Mobile is a trickier beast. Sticking to 30fps and medium graphics kept things smoothish, but frame drops, especially when aiming, hampered my mobility. So shooting and running, it might be slow sometimes. Look, it's not a ROG Phone 8, but for casual players, it might be okay. PUBG follows a similar story. Playable but sluggish responses led to a quick team deathmatch demise. Slaughtering and slow turning not ideal. This isn't a gaming powerhouse by any means. For serious gamers, look elsewhere. The phone packs a whopping 5150 mAh battery. That's way above average. Think 2 to 3 days of solid use, even with some gaming. In my tests, however, this wasn't my main phone. I stretched it almost a week with a mixed casual use. So yeah, for heavy users, 2-3 days is still a great result. The included 18 watts fast charger is a step up from standard, getting you a full charge in roughly an hour. So the C38 is a reasonable budget pick if you prioritize the essentials: reliable performance, long battery life, and ample storage with 8 gigs of RAM expandable virtually. It runs a near-stock Android 13 experience, though missing the latest update is a slight bummer. Priced between $130 to $150 US, it's a good option for casual users seeking a new, cheap Android phone for everyday tasks. The design is decent, but be prepared for fingerprint smudges. A frequent cleaning is a must. While it's not a groundbreaking phone, it avoids the e-waste pile for at least 2 years thanks to Ouqitel's hopefully delivered security patches. And my verdict, a solid 6 out of 10 for the budget-conscious user.
So, what do you think? Catch you guys in the next one.